being a weed.
Toni Braxton dress falls off.
Brad B faking comas.
Harriet Tubman sex tape.
All this and more as we mourn the death of the famous Janet Jackson right here on Tea Time. Another episode of Tea Time, starring me, Tammy, and my girl, sister, everything to me, Nika.
What's up? What's up?
Marilyn couldn't make it today. She is sleeping after that nasty poop she just gave her mama. She fell asleep. Trifling is what you call that. So let's go ahead and go on with the show. So let's talk about, first off, this pastor banning the weeds from the church. You see, he already done put me saying I'm team natural right now. That's how much this pastor does show out.
He ain't got to me yet, y'all, so we good.
So the pastor was talking about how he feels that you should come as you are to the church, and that weeds just make black women feel insecure and it's making us something we're not.
Really?
Yes, really. Let me
unless my check, you wasn't a black woman, you're a black man.
Exactly.
But okay.
But he was like, we're insecure and that's why we're wearing it. We're trying to be something we're not. Then he wants to have the nerve,
oh Lord Jesus,
to say that these people be in the church talking about their financial struggles.
Preach it.
When a 26-year-old mother can walk in here with a $300 weave.
What has the church came to?
Okay, I felt him on that, boy. When I was reading this article, I caught it right then. I heard the pastor voice in my head talking about y'all in that church ask for assistance. But you got that really
hot.
You got that Malaysian. You got that Brazilian.
Ooh.
Running through up and down your hair with your leave out and your lace front.
But trip me out. So it's so bad for us to look nice? Is that what he's trying to say?
I guess he's saying don't say you look nice, but you need help paying them bills after you put the down payment on them tracks.
Oh, he don't show that for that one.
But of course, he can't seriously ban nobody for wearing weaves at his church. You can't possibly really do that. I mean, you probably could, but who's really gonna show up? But like I said, I like my weaves. I don't wear my weaves because I feel like I'm self-conscious or anything. I just like different hairstyles. I don't have to ruin my hair or dye it or anything like that. I could put on a red wig. I could put on a honey blonde wig.
And be good.
Yeah, and I don't have to worry about my hair underneath or, protect my hair underneath.
But he ain't gotta worry about her because she ain't gonna be back.
Okay, I wonder who that 26-year-old mother.
Ooh, but I'm saying,
and he said, don't hush me, I'ma tell it.
Ooh. But no, the thing is, it's kind of disrespectful. You call her out, but you shouldn't be congratulating her. She had $300 weave and she's a single mother.
But he said, don't be talking about you need help with the pimples and the wipes and the formula. You got $300 weave in here. That is ratchet.
That is real ratchet.
But don't ban weaves from the church. It's gonna be a lot of church members gone, cause y'all know the mother of the church will weave.
Goodbye.
And First Lady will want to.
Don't play. You know the way they got them old gray wigs for a reason.
Okay. Pastor, you might not want some of these women to take that weave out, cause some of these, hey, Lord have mercy, ain't that good underneath. That's why they wearing it.
Let's go on.
And how do you know what? What can I wear? Can't line though? Because that's only 99 cents in the pack.
It's still that weave.
It's still weave.
Ain't joking.
But I'm saying if it's only 99 cents in a pack, like I can afford it, right?
As long as you paying out of your pocket and not the church pocket, I guess he's
okay. Good. So just make sure, ladies, before you enter his church, make sure you have your tithe offering, building fund, and
that's about it.
Is it? Yeah, make sure.
And you tell every man, bring your food. You gotta bring your food.
And make sure you buy that CD at the end of the church, because you know pastor's always recording it. Before you walk up in there with that $300 weave. You better do like Beyonce and cut it off.
You better not be, and that better not be in that club outfit that he'll call you out to.
We're gonna talk about that next time, huh, Pastor? let's go ahead and move on to the Harriet Tubman sex tape that Russell Simmons released. I don't know what he had going on with it, but a lot of people was mad. And even though a lot of people were mad and came at him, the one person he had to come out at was Mr. Spike Lee himself, because you know Spike Lee always got something to say.
Lord have mercy, Spike.
So let me go ahead and quote Mr. Russell Simmons.
Quote unquote.
He was like, it's what he does. It's okay. Listen, I have 5 charities. Maybe he can work for the Foundation for Ethnic Understanding, or he can work for the Diamond Empowerment Fund and build schools in Africa, or maybe he can work for the Hip Hop Summit Action Network and campaign against the drug lords, or maybe he can sleep in the park with me and occupy one day, or maybe he can use his energy and make a decent movie. Ooh. Cause Spike Lee, that last movie you came out with looked like you made it back with what's the one with Jungle Fever and all the rest of them, Clockers and all that. That movie looked at old. She Gotta Have It. Nah, it was around that time. What's it called? She Hates Me. If y'all haven't seen this movie, I actually did not make it through the whole movie. I felt like I was back in a time warp because it looked like he made it back in the late 80s, early 90s.
But he thinking, well, work, let's keep it working, but it's time.
It's not working.
To refresh it. New stuff. Let's go.
It's time for you to get you a new camera lens.
Ooh.
Because it looked like we still working with the same stuff we were working with back in the day. I don't know what Russell Simmons was trying to get at with this Harriet Tubman sex tape. I don't even know if he know what he was trying to get into. But first of all, who want to see Harriet Tubman have a sex? She was a runaway slave. Ugh. With a scarf on. In every picture I was seeing of her, she had a scarf on her head.
That woman said she got knocked inside the head with a brick. So she got a big old lump. So you got somebody with a big old lump and weapons on their back.
Having a sex tape.
Really? So disrespectful.
Disrespectful to the highest power.
In history. Come on.
Boo boo. Have a seat.
And think about that one.
And so you have one too. And rewrite that movie. Oh, I think my baby's up. Pause movie. Okay, so Marilyn decided that she wants to join the show. She's like, how could you do the show without me? How you do the show without me? But she's up. Next up on the list is Toni Braxton. Of course, we have to talk about only the greatest performers of all time can continue performing after having some of the biggest slip-ups in their life. Beyonce falls down flights of stairs, Janet Jackson titties pops out, and now
who was the one who did the halftime show with
Janet Jackson?
Okay, it was Janet Jackson.
Then we had Lady Gaga, who messed up her ankle on stage, but kept performing for like 2 more shows before she was like, oh my god, my ankle. Only the greatest can. And now you can add Toni Braxton to the list of greatest performers who can just keep going after having the biggest mess up ever. While she was performing at one of her shows this past couple of days ago, her dress in the middle of the performance was slipping off. And I guess Toni didn't know at the moment, but every time she kept turning around, the audience would be like, woo, woo. You know,
was it flashing?
She had like Spanx on. She had on a nude suit. And she was calling people up on stage, some of her fans, whatever, and that dancing, and her dress just keeps her going. So she's trying to pull up the dress now, because now she realized, okay, something feels like a slide. Realizes it's the dress, so she's still performing. One of the guys who did come up on stage did give her his blazer to wrap around her.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, see, there's still some gentleman in the world.
Exactly. He did help her out and wrapped her up in his blazer. But she ends up taking the dress off as she continues performing and even places off like his little tease.
Oh, well, at least she wasn't really showing us. She had on
Spanx, so it wasn't like her booty was all out. But Toni Braxton, your body looked good, girl.
Do it.
She looked good, but I had to, tell about this because I was just like, only the greatest can keep performing and keep a show going. And
Don't get upset.
Yeah, don't get upset when something like this happens. So big ups to Toni for keeping the show going, even though you know your booty was out, girl. So let's go ahead and jump into the topic of the famous Jack Jackson, which his real name is Lee Thompson Young. We all know him from the Disney show when he was younger. He was found yesterday in his apartment with a gunshot to the head. They now have, stated that it was suicide. He did do a suicide attempt. It's very sad. He didn't leave a suicide note or anything, so we really don't know what was going on with him, why he, decided to kill himself. He was 29 years old. He actually was working on a show on TNT, Rizzoli and Owls, as one of the detectives on the show.
So he was getting them.
Yeah, he was having, he had small parts. He played on Friday Night Lights. He played in, a couple of other movies before then. He was also on CSI New York. He had, some roles. Yeah. He was people say he was becoming a promising star, and he was only 29. Because when I first heard the story that he killed himself, I was thinking, oh no, not another kid star. They couldn't get no job.
But he was making it.
He was getting up there. He was getting there. He was in Aquila and the Bee. He was in a lot of stuff that you probably didn't even realize because he's not that little boy anymore.
No, I know I didn't remember him at Aquila and Bee. He just made me stop and look like, was he really in that?
Right.
Did I miss him that much?
And the people was like, what made them, he didn't show up to work that day, so they sent, called the landlord, go check on him, and he was in the apartment dead. It's very sad that this happened, not too long ago, the Glee star killed himself. I don't know what demons these people are facing, but celebrities, y'all can call that 1-800 number 2 that they send out to the high schools and stuff. So people who's on suicidal watch, y'all can call that number 2 and talk to somebody. They don't have to know who you are. You can give them a fake name. Just talk to them, catfish somebody.
Okay, there's really, to me, no excuse for you to be dealing with that. There's so many things out here now that helps you deal with that if you feeling so bad about yourself.
Right. I really, send our prayers to the family. It doesn't say he had any kids, so I'm guessing he didn't leave any kids behind. Didn't say if he had a wife or anything. None of that information has been released, so I'm guessing he doesn't have, a wife or kids and stuff like that. So, it's very sad. It is that it happened, and you're just like, oh man, you remember seeing that show, and you growing up with that show, and now
it's like his life is not here no more.
Right. So, y'all, if y'all have suicidal thoughts and stuff, y'all talk to somebody. Y'all can always hit me up on my Twitter because I'll talk to y'all. Or y'all can watch Tea Time and get your life.
Or get your laugh on with a good day.
I know. But here goes somebody who need to call some hotline. And he needs to go round up all the old Raz B fans from B2K because I need him to have several seats. He needs to fill up every seat that's in a high school auditorium with his butt.
Goodbye.
Raz B faked a coma during the time of this boy just killed himself. You out here faking comas.
Really? You couldn't think of a better time to do that. First, what possessed you to do that anyway? Then you couldn't think of a better time to put it out there?
Right. So let me tell you what was going on. This is how I knew something was kind of crazy about the story from the get-go. Apparently he's performing in China. Number one, what are you doing in China? And what are you performing? You ain't got no sounds. Anywho.
He just somewhat. Why didn't you just say vacation?
Singing bump, bump, bump. Alright, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? What was you performing? So, you didn't even have a verse in the song. What, you was singing the chorus the whole time?
He didn't have a verse?
No, he never had a verse.
You know what, Raspberry, you should do better. You didn't even have a verse.
Raspberry was out there in China performing. Apparently, a fight broke out in the club that he was performing at.
So you wasn't doing too big because you was performing in the club.
He performing in the club in China. Hey. Do them people even know who you are?
Obviously, famous American.
Anywho, so the fight broke out. Apparently, he was Captain Save-A-Hole and jumped into the crowd. And he got hit in the face with a bottle. So he had to go to the hospital. Then he was fine. The next day he ends up in a coma.
Okay.
So the stuff was released out that Razzie in a coma, blah blah. So then his brother was like, "Oh my goodness, my brother's in a coma."
Oh,
so because he thinking that this is what's really going on, and finally out, he comes out and is like, "I really was in a coma. It was a fake report." I don't know why anybody would. I mean, when I was reading the article and realized you got hit in the face with a bottle, before you even say, you know, I read that you was in a coma or whatever, that was reading the thing, I was like, how you getting a coma for getting hit with a bottle?
It was a pretty heavy bottle.
Okay, pure glass.
No, nothing else.
2-inch thick glass. It hit you in the head. I was like, okay, how you get in a coma after that? But then found out he wasn't really in a coma. Razzie, please get your life. You always doing something. First you was fighting with Chris Brown on Twitter. Then you was talking about that Christo dude.
In my spotlight. Razzie, sit down.
You was talking about Christo was having sex with you. Then Marcus Houston had to put a restraining order out of you. Find you something to do. If you want to be in China, be in China. Do what you're going to do in China. Keep all that mess over there in China. We don't want to hear nothing else from you. We do not want to hear nothing else from you.
Razzie, get your life.
I don't know what he got going on. So let's go ahead and we're going to end show with one of my new things that I'm doing. Besides filling with my hair all the time, which I really like it, you know. I like it. What we did, we was able to drive the Carol's Daughter Big Us and my sister and my mother who let us use their stuff.
I love it.
We love it. I love it for my natural hair. It's soft. I even straightened my hair with it. I haven't had any shedding. It's still soft, and it's been what, a week or two?
I want to say 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, because I really want to wash my hair like that. I'm always busy. I'm always on the go. I haven't washed it, but it's still really soft. And I haven't put any product in my hair since I used it.
We put that grapeseed oil.
Well, I put the grapeseed oil on my hair when I was flat ironing, of course, because you know it's a heat protectant. And that's about it. Alright, so the camera died last time, so that's why we got a living club. And the pastor haven't scared me with my wig again. I'll put my wig back on. So, like I was saying, we love the Carol Darla's line. You know, big ups to my sister in there for letting us hold that. I'm definitely gonna have to, you know, invest in my own. And yeah, I actually gonna get the whole line because
it's more than that.
Well, yeah, you know how they gave us the set. Yeah. But I think I've seen more stuff for. I actually want to get the whole line. So that's one of my future investments that I want to look into because they don't sell it down here, so I have to buy it off Amazon. But as you all know, or don't know, I have started couponing. And since I started couponing, I have started trying out different makeup products, lip glosses, you know, household products, food. And one of the things that I have tried is this lip balm from CoverGirl, which is the line Smooches. And it's a lip balm that's got you like a lipstick feel to it. And so you know how sometimes when you put lipstick on, it's kind of sticky and dry. I love this. It's good between a lip gloss, a chapstick, and a lipstick because it gives you that lipstick color that you want.
I thought they call those something else.
No, I say lip balm.
I know, but I mean, I know they used to get, like, it's a name for it.
Lip splits. I don't know. But it's Smooches from CoverGirl. And I like it because it gives me color to my lips, which I really love. But it also gives me gloss. It lasts me all night. I work like 8-hour shifts at my job. It lasts me all night. I didn't have to reapply. It was just great because, I mean, it seemed like a small bottle, so for me to be able to use it throughout 8 hours and not have to reapply, and I even fell asleep with some of it on my lips because sometimes I can crash when I get off.
and it was still there. I like it. It don't leave that like white cookie stuff or
residue.
Yeah, around your lips that lip gloss will give you. And I like it that it goes on smooth. Like unlike lipstick, sometimes goes on kind of rough on your lips. You gotta put like some type of Vaseline on your lips.
Make sure you check them teeth.
Right.
Afterwards.
I love it. And I have coupon. I go either coupons.com or crazycouponlady.com. And I got the coupon. It's $1 off. So I think I pay like a little over $2 for it, which is worth it because it lasts a long time. Like I apply this once or twice a day, depending on how long my day is. But like I said, I worked an 8-hour shift and this was still on there at the end of my shift, and I still look good. And I didn't have that white stuff around my mouth. That's embarrassing.
You know, like you just woke up about 5 hours later.
Oh, really? But yeah, and it leaves your lips really smooth, so it's like really good for your lips too. So that's one of my little coupon steals, and of course I clipped more coupons for this because I plan on buying me some more in the future and add to my stockpile that I have going right now.
I want to try it.
Yeah, you should. You should really try it. So until next time, of course, I'm your host Tammy with my co-host Anika, and of course little Beverly is out here.